Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm not here with Geeky Sparkles. I'm going to talk about the PlayStation 5, and I'm going to talk about its diabolical pricing, I guess is what they're talking about over here on unilad.com. But let's go out and see some of the reactions to the $700 price tag for a PS5 Pro. Now, this is a system that is several years into its life cycle. In fact, a lot of people thought that they were going to announce a PS6 pretty soon, but they're going to try to get more mileage out of the PS5. And look, we've talked about this before. I think that the current generation of consoles can easily be replicated with a gaming PC that costs about the same. Like, you can go get a Steam Deck for about the price of a PS5 Pro, and there aren't enough, I don't believe there are enough console exclusives to even warrant buying one at that price point. I mean, this is absolutely insane. Just buy a gaming PC. You can play everything pretty much except Astrobot. But whatever. Is it worth it? I mean, is it really worth that much money? And eventually Sony is going to have to release them on Steam anyway. But this feels like, to me, the last gasp. And this is a company that has been bleeding out money. They lost a bunch of money on Concord. There have been several other, high-profile misfires with Sony. A lot of gamers jumping ship to PC. We know with Square Enix, they're no longer going to offer their games exclusively on Sony. They're going multi-platform now, and this just feels like they're trying to get as much blood out of the gamers, the console gamers that are left. And a lot of people are looking at the Switch 2, I guess. They're like, Switch 2 will probably be $400 or $500, and it should have backwards compatibility. But one of the biggest problems with this, I guess, is there's no disk drive. So they don't want you to own your games. Everything's going to be digital, guys. Everything's going to be digital. You're going to lease your games forever. It's going to be the Ubisoft model. You're gonna subscribe to your games forever, and that's what they want. They want you to subscribe to your games. Eventually, they'll probably just release a console or a platform and just be like, yeah, you pay this much per month, and it's like Netflix, and you're gonna pay this forever. You're not gonna buy a $50 game. You're gonna pay $25, $30 a month forever to have access to games that are in your library. That's where I think all this is going. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, no woohoos. Not a lot of woohoos in the gamosphere, right? A lot of gamers pissed off. This should be the straw that breaks a camel's back. I think if you were on the fence about whether or not you should go all in on a gaming PC, I think this should be the straw that breaks the camel's back, because you're basically spending as much money as you would spend on, a lower end or mid-tier gaming PC. But we put together a mini PC, and I wouldn't recommend it for, current generation games, right? But if you want to do a lot of retro gaming or whatever, you can buy a mini PC for like $600, $500. And it can run pretty much anything. Everybody hates this. If you go out to YouTube and you use Mozilla, you return the dislikes, 193,000 dislikes, $700, no disk drive, no stand, incredible. The PS6 will be sold without a controller, and the PS7 will be sold in bundles so you can assemble it yourself. It's going to be like IKEA furniture, right? Did Sony get possessed by Apple? Don't buy it for the price, people, please. We have to boycott Sony. Otherwise, this will happen more often. I think the problem is people are boycotting Sony. The problem, again, I think, is that they're trying to get more blood out of the stones they have left, out of the console gamers they have left. So many people noping out of current generation gaming, AAA gaming. They're going to PC. They're playing indie titles. They're going back to retro consoles. Why do you think GameStop is going all in on selling you old video games? Because they know you're not going to pay $700 for a PS5 to play shitty games. That's just it. Not sure what Sony is smoking, having the top tier console not have a disk drive, and saying, yeah, they do have that option now. It's not super popular, but again, this is where they're going with it. This is going to be every console. I would not be surprised. I'm going to be honest. I would not be surprised if the Switch 2, whenever the hell it comes out, doesn't go down the same path, but they do not want you to own physical copies of your games. They do not. They want you to subscribe to your games. They want, this is where everything is going. They want games to be digital, that they can perpetually update them and remove problematic elements from them, constant patches. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's like if you buy movies on Vudu, there's no, or Fandango, or whatever the hell it's called right now. There's no guarantee those movies are going to be there forever. And I own a lot of movies on Vudu, and I wish to God I had more physical copies, but I was thinking, I can save a lot of space if I just sell my DVDs and Blu-rays and get everything digital. And I'm realizing like, oh no, they can pull that content off anytime, or they can censor it. And they've done that too. They actually go in and I think Back to the Future Part 2 was one where the digital version of it was actually censored. And it was like, what the hell, No drive, no buy. If PS6 follows the mantra, then I'll just keep my current PlayStations and reminisce. Yeah. That's why GameStop is doing what they're doing, guys. $700 console, $30 stand, $80 disc drive, PS3 era expensive all over again. Yeah, the PS3 was a flop. It really was. I mean, it was a good console overall, but like it definitely was a misfire. Price has no limits. PS4 initial price $399, PS4 Pro initial price $399, PS5 with disc drive $499, PS5 Pro without disc drive $699. Where did it go wrong? It went wrong in the fact that there were a lot of, again, I believe high profile games that were misfires, and they're just trying to juice the remaining console gamers as much as they can. And how many years did it take to get a PS5? Like we're not upgrading ours. I don't think so. We have one. We got it pretty much, it's like a month or two after launch, and Geeky lucked out. She happened to get one at Target. They just happened to get them in, and we weren't really, I don't think we were actively looking for it. It just happened to be available, and she's like, oh, I'll grab one. And I'll be honest, we didn't buy any PS5 games for months because other than Miles Morales, there wasn't really much out. There wasn't much out that took advantage of the PS5. It's like it's all PS4 games. Sony's making some questionable decisions. PS5 Pro trailer is the best advertisement for PC gaming. Yes, this is exactly it. Play has no limits. I'm pretty sure $900 is a pretty big limit for most people. Yeah, that's what it's going to cost you to buy everything. People are freaking pissed. I don't blame them. This is it, guys. This is exactly what I have been telling you. Many people have been telling you for months. Just buy a PC. Buy retro consoles. You do not need to buy the current generation of consoles. And this, again, feels, to me, very desperate. We've got comicbook.com gaming says PS5 Pro's biggest selling point is GTA 6. Whenever the hell it comes out, was it next year sometime? No competition from Xbox. What's this? Dark Horizons PS5 Pro scores backlash over pricing. Now this was actually a month or two ago in Japan. They raised the price of the PS5. Right. And again, I believe it's tied to high profile failure. That is my personal opinion. The Gamer, of all places, the Gamer. PS5 Pro announcement has caused huge boost to PS5 disc drive sales. I can believe it. Many people were quick to take the console manufacturer to task for its out-of-touch pricing. This has not stopped a flood of prospective owners from purchasing the console's disc drive add-on. So yeah, the PS5 disc drive sales are surging after the Pro announcement. So yeah, apparently people are going to buy it. While the $700 price point left fans furious, PS5 Pro is still expected to sell to the levels of its PS4 counterpart, which eventually sold around 15 million units. Is it? We're left, the Gamer says we're left scratching our heads at the $700 price, so we decided to figure out what else you could buy with that kind of money. 2 PS5s, 2 years worth of groceries. Yeah, pretty much. Like, what the hell? Here we have on X, things that should have been included. Yeah, the disc drive and the stand. PS5 Pro reveal was a disaster that disc drives and vertical stand sales are spiking on Amazon. For the rumored specs, we have under $399 is the only fair price. Yeah, maybe $449.99 if they want to be greedy. Pimpmaster Broda. Hey, how's it going? Sony learned the worst lessons from the PS5. No need to offer any value to the consumer or even have a solid release lineup. Is that, or any of the games they're releasing, are they going to take advantage of the hardware? Just price it high, artificially limit the stock, and let scalpers buy it out. That's what they do. I'm sorry. I don't believe that every generation of Sony console is that hard to find or that hard to produce. I honestly believe that it is, they're taking a cue from, like, you know, Disney and Apple and just, you know, artificial scarcity. Nintendo did this. Do you remember the chip shortage? Now, maybe that was an actual thing. Maybe it was an actual thing back in the day, but like, I think they really trumped up the demand for the machines, you know, for the games, because they're like, oh, chip shortage, guys, you're not going to get Zelda 2. And I'm like, oh my God, that was a godsend, right? I remember the chip shortage, Zelda 2, Mario 2. This is when I was a kid, guys. I mean, it was a long time ago, but I remember it was like, oh, you're not going to be able to find Zelda 2 or Mario 2 anytime soon because of the chip shortage. And I'm like, I wish that they never got chips in, because Zelda 2 was god awful. Mario 2 was awesome, but Zelda 2 was terrible. And I waited and I waited and I waited, and I finally got my copy of Zelda 2. And I'm like, what the hell? Be sure to drink your Ovaltine, kid. It was dog shit. Yeah, people are not happy. You know what? I don't really care. I don't care. You get what you deserve. I mean, a lot of YouTubers, myself included, have been telling you to jump ship from consoles for a long time. And this is what you get. This is IGN. Lack of competition made $700 PS5 Pro an easy decision for Sony, says Analyst. Yeah, because they don't have another Xbox waiting, right? Because Xbox is basically every PC. The lack of competition means it's an easier decision for Sony to run with a higher price point to protect its existing margins. Oh my God, it says Piers Harding Rolls, a games industry analyst. Yeah. I mean, you get what, look, as long as you're willing to pay for it, it's the same as Disney. We talk about Disney pricing and we talk about, you know, ticket sales. As long as idiots are lining up to buy it, and apparently they're already buying their disk drives, so they're going to buy it regardless. They're not going to lower the price, right? Because you're going to pay it. And it could just be scalpers. It could be a bunch of scalpers buying them up initially because they know that idiots are going to buy it. But I don't know. I have no desire to buy this. I barely play PlayStation 5 now. Compared to a PC, there's no competition. So it's like, whatever. Just, you know, spend a couple $100 more, go get yourself a gaming PC and be done with it. Be done with these consoles. It's stupid. Till the Nintendo Switch 2 comes out, then we're cool. I'm going to wrap it up. We'll talk later.